Hey, this is Vanner, and you're listening to Finding Frequency. Where am I going to take this? Maybe the fact that I'm still a little bit fluey. Excuse me. Terrible mic technique there. Terrible mic technique. So what is the extraordinary of today? Took a little bit of a walk out to the shop around the corner from us. A new little convenience, like a little mall. Super small. Very small to South African standards. We love a good old mall in South Africa. Here we have a small one. No coffee place. That's the biggest drawback of it. But it is an escape out of the office/home for me. And I forced myself to take a walk. And what I've noticed today, and it's kind of refreshing, but then also scarily so, is how cold it's gotten over this last couple of weeks. Taking a walk outside with my normal long cotton pants, maybe it's cotton, I think, and a hoodie and a nice little duck down jacket is not enough anymore. It cuts through. It's cold. It's really, really cold. And the other thing that I'm kind of taking for granted at the moment is that the snow is sticking around. So there's definitely this kind of temperature here. And I know it's boring, I'm talking about weather again, but it's just how things have changed and how I feel like how fast it's gone into this side of winter and how close we're actually getting to Christmas. Because the other thing that I haven't spoken, or person I haven't spoken about in quite a while, is Francie, who has been very chipper, very naughty. Very naughty. My son is a troublemaker. Apparently had a teacher close to tears yesterday, because he goes for all these extra lessons. Martha likes to line him up. I mean, he's currently now gone off to his music class. And then yesterday he went to his Spanish class. Yes, Spanish. My wife used to work in Barcelona. She's fluent in Spanish. And she wants Francie to have a little bit of Spanish in him. But the problem is that our little boy started burping in the Spanish class. Burping. It's not something I enjoy. I despise it. Of course, we're human. You do burp from time to time. You excuse and move on. But for Francie, it is a thing. He loves burping and burps at will all the time. And at the moment that I listen to his mom speaking to him about it, and when I hear about the teacher and what happened, I get angry and I talk to him about it. But then there's this moment of reflection where I step outside myself, look at the situation I'm going, and I will never say this to him. Maybe when he listens to this, it's like, Francie, you little terrorists, you make me laugh. You know, he's just being a little boy. And like Martha and I discussed today, he's really a little man who really just requires attention, loves attention. Not in a bad way. He just wants to hang out, do things together, play, explore, and, have fun. And I can only appreciate that from the little man. And, so I'm waiting for him to return. Martha's coming back, and she's just rocking her new job. Wow. It's really heartening to see her on the go. And what I'm really excited about, and I know we're just 1 week in, yesterday I was feeling really tense for her. No reason really, like she was going into a few workshops and things. But I felt this kind of uneasiness, that first day at school kind of vibe. Today, though, once again, some training stuff, onboarding stuff for her. And the one thing that makes me happy is that when I walk past her newly kind of laid out office that we put together for her, I hear a happiness in her voice, excitement, engagement. And that is cool. And I hope it maintains and stays like that for a long time. Of course, we all get tired. We get frustrated. There's going to be moments of friction. It happens in any experience that we have in our careers. But it's kind of just shown me a little bit of flip side where Martha has gone from smaller to bigger. And where in these bigger corporations, one thing Martha said to me is that she feels like she now has time to think a little bit, not to move so fast that there isn't time to slow down and consider the impact. That kind of thing that I love to talk about a lot, and I spoke about it again today with a bunch of friends of mine in a podcast, is reflection. Creating space for thinking, for reflection, which we tend not to do too much of these days because we are moving so fast. Time is flying past so quickly. But what else can I tell you? Yeah, we are kind of in between doing all kinds of things. I feel like at the moment in my life, things are loose end city, many loose ends. And I don't want to sound like one of these people who complain that I'm too busy, but I feel like I'm in a space where I'm kind of being paralyzed and overwhelmed by a lot of things that I have a list of things that I need to do, and I don't get to everything, and I don't get to respond to everybody and everything. And it's not all just business related, it's personal. There's still so many loose ends to sort out with our Pink Palace. We need to reconnect with the architect, but it's never really convenient. There's a little strange thing going on with the loan that we applied for, which is not critical, but it's something that we need to sort out or rectify, and we're just not getting to it. But there is moving forward, like step by step, things that we're trying to get out of the way and get sorted, and it's just making the time for that. And yeah, I think that with Marta kind of stepping into this role, she said to me today that she feels like there's a little bit of a stability, a foundation. So I'm hoping that we're able to kind of echo that throughout our household, where we kind of feel that stability. I think there's been a destabilizing effect kind of happening, and it's been happening over a period of time, let's say 2 years of this crazy pandemic, where we've kind of been in a space where you cling to the old. You kind of figure out what is the new. You try and establish kind of rhythm and, a flow. And it's just, but actually what's happening is like the slow kind of shake and rattle of a little mini continuous earthquake that just destabilizes things over a long period of time, and you don't realize it. I don't know if I'm making sense. Do I make sense? And that's one of kind of forces you to be on this quest to try and find stability or find the next and figure out what you have to do. But still, the thing that I cling onto is the extraordinary. And for me today, it was just getting out, taking a walk down our little neighborhood, iced over pavements, and just feeling that cold coming through and how the season changes, and observing what other people are doing and just being out there in the cold. It was really like, for me, for some reason today, kind of the highlight of today. So what has it been for you? Like, maybe think about something that was less prominent that you haven't really thought of, like a silly guy walking outside in his little neighborhood here in Warsaw, Poland. Maybe there's something that you've done that you've not really focused on or figured or meant something to you. But yeah, lots of things happening, and perhaps something more interesting to share with you tomorrow, because there is definite changes for me in play. And as I record these changes are kind of coming and making itself known. So next year is definitely starting to shape up as going to be as a very, very interesting year. So I think I'll leave it there as a little tease and maybe a cliffhanger for tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for listening.